Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Thursday, September 10th, 2015. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Gray, black skies, raining crazily outside. Oh, but it's nice and cool, gotta say that. But doesn't look like any beach weather today, my friends. It is raining and ugly outside. But we welcome the rain, we sure do need it here in Thailand. Traders, remember this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, got a lot to talk about, some news. We have 6 currency pairs to go over and a little commentary. So with that, let's get moving. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. 2008, I retired from a wonderful career in the fire rescue department out of the great state of Florida. 9 days later, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, traders, 8 years later, guess where I'm at? I am still in Asia and loving it. The time zone is great to trade Forex because, as you know, Forex is 24-hour trading. 5.5 days a week? So, it's really pretty wonderful to be in Asia. And basically, I can trade all 3 sessions and still get a good night's rest. However, New York is only about 3 hours. Then it gets to about 11 p.m. And no, I don't sit in front of my charts from 7 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. I do get breaks and I do go out. I do have a life. But I'm very serious about what I do, no joke aside. And I am always looking for opportunities and probabilities through technical and fundamental analysis to weigh in that I can win the trades that I enter. No, I don't win every trade, of course not. But I look for probabilities to show that I have more of an advantage than somebody else, right? That's the way it works. All right, let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is our Forex disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head on over to some news and commentary. Let's get some of the indices out of the way. The U.S. market closed in the red, surprisingly, as they started off on a bang, and basically I read that it just tapered off from there. The U.S. 30 is negative 1.45%. The S&P 500 is negative 1.39%. The NASDAQ is negative 1.15%. And the small cap 2000 is negative 1.15%. So not too good on that side. Let's head over to the Eurozone, where the DAX closed positive 0.31%. The FTSE 100 out of London is up 1.35%. The CAC 40 closed up positive 1.44%. And the Eurostoxx 50 out of Frankfurt was also positive in the green at 1.12%. Lots of green in the Eurozone yesterday. Traders, let's head on over to Asia now. Remember that these countries are currently trading as the Asian markets are open as I record this video in the Asia session. The Nikkei 225 opened negative 3.17% today. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 2.53%, and I'll get to their daily release in just a moment. The Shanghai was negative 1.53% in the red. The Hang Seng is in the red at negative 2.28%, and the Kospi out of Seoul is negative 0.53%. So not too good on that end of the spectrum there. All right, let's take a look at the calendar for today. New Zealand had some data come out today. They dropped their interest rates, I think, 25 basis points, if I'm not mistaken. And also, we had some medium impact data come out of China, which was core machinery orders, which was negative. They were expecting 4.4%. It came out at negative 3.6%. That is not good. They had PPI year-on-year low impact, came out at negative 3.6, and they were forecasting negative 3.2, so that wasn't good. Aussie had some really good data come out today. Their employment change came out at 174K. And I'm sorry, 17.4K, and they were expecting 5.2. So they obtained some jobs, which is great. The unemployment rate stayed the same at 6.2. China had CPI also in the Asia session and came out in the green at 2.0 versus 1.9. China also had PPI today, and that came in the red at negative 5.9, and they were expecting negative 5.6. Ahead in our day in the European session, we have the Great British Pound has its official bank rate votes today, official bank rate today. So that comes out. Also in the pound, you have MPC rate statement, and there's no time on that. Coming down into the U.S. session, we have unemployment claims today. That's a high impact out of the U.S. session. And that looks like about it, my friends. Let's take a look at over into tomorrow's Asia session, and I don't see anything of high impact. Actually, tomorrow looks like a totally technical Friday. All right. So, what's going on? What's happening? What's shaking? Yeah, really easy. And I had a dinner engagement in Thailand time, and so I was not able to get back in time to my office to set up a sell trade on the New Zealand dollar because we knew that they were going to lower their interest rates today. And, that took, I think it was like a 70 pip drop, really a nice big drop. We'll see the chart in just a second. But yeah, really easy trade there. That was a setup bit, put in your pending order, you stop, you take profit, and just, go, in my situation, go to sleep because that's like 4:30 in the morning for me when that data came out. So I was in La La Land. So yeah, that came out. Aussie, of course, came out with some good data today. Seeing some corrections in our charts also as we look at this stuff. The U.S. is really, I don't know. I think it's a bunch of hogwash that the situation with the interest rate decision that's coming out next week, and that these financial channels just put these wobbleheads on television and on social media and make statements that they can't back up. One day they're going to raise interest rates, next day they're not going to raise interest rates. And, believe it or not, it's affecting our trading, and that's why our charts look so horrible. Other than solid news data when we get it. So I've really gone over my time limit on as far as my commentary goes. But, until a week from today, it's just going to be aggravating to deal with this every day. Are they going to raise interest rates or they're not going to raise interest rates? I will tell you that I am on the side that they do raise interest rates. I hope they do raise 25 basis points in the U.S. next week. The rumors on the street is that they're not going to. So let's take a look at some 30-minute Forex charts. And that means that every candle on this chart is 30 minutes in duration. So yesterday's trade actually worked. And then this decided it wanted to do its thing and just take off to the upside. And that was because of New York, late in New York. I was reading, they had a bad sell-off in New York. And basically all the charts went red. So, dollar weakness, euro strength, bang, thank you very much. And we're going to just rip it up to the upside. It sure did. However, I am not bullish on the euro dollar. I'm surprised that we're at 1240, 1235, 1240. It's time to take this back down, and I expect that to happen just as it did yesterday, right? It's basically done the exact same thing that it did yesterday. You remember we were at resistance and it pulled all the way back down until New York came in, and then New York took it back up. Well, I'm expecting the same thing to happen again today. I expect Asia and London to take the euro dollar down, and I'd like to take profit at the 1.1184 price of the daily pivot point. I put a star next to that green line because I just wanted you to remember that that's a 200 exponential moving average. just in case price continues to go down and you trail it, just realize that that is the 200. And, being a 30-minute time frame, I wouldn't be too concerned of it going through it, but I would expect a bounce. And you also have the S1 pivot there. So, just be alert to that. That's why I put that star on there. Let's take a look at the pound dollar. Pound dollar did absolutely nothing, basically for 24 hours, absolutely sideways. We were in the same range as we were yesterday. Not a lot has happened. I just had to move some arrows and some price levels. But our trade plan is exactly the same as yesterday. We want to get in at 1.5340, and we want to get out at 52.84. So, this is a nice trade if it works. We just need some price action. Now, we do have some data out of the Great British Pound today, so maybe we can get some movement, one way or another. But, I'm bearish in the pound dollar. I'm not really bullish in it because I'm dollar strong. In the back of my mind, I'm dollar strong, so I'm looking for dollar strength. However, nothing would surprise me. This can come down to that S2 reversal pivot point and just turn around and head back up, and I'm not against people counter trend trading, just know what you're doing. And I write a newsletter every day, and today's comment, in my newsletter, in my first paragraph was basically, you can take trades and that's great, but if you're going to take trades today, you can't take a trade and leave your computer and go walk the dog and go shopping until you break even in that trade. That's just the way the market is, as we go through the charts, you'll see. But, the market's pretty volatile, and I think the reason for that is because people are coming back into the market. The big hedge funders are back from vacation. I don't think they're punching any buttons. I don't think they're taking any big trades yet. I think they're playing around a little bit, and I think probably until Monday, for sure, we'll be back up at full steam. Here's Aussie dollar. Absolutely worked beautifully yesterday. If anybody took the trade plan yesterday, just bearish. It did pull up, however. It's still below that green line, the 200 exponential with that star. I think it pulled up like 26, 28 pips after their data today. So not a big move to the upside, but it did move them up a little bit. And I'm bearish. I just want to take this down. I'd love to see this pull up either to the 200 or the 38.2 would be nice at 0.6996. The Aussie's funny. It just really depends on how it goes today and what the dollar does. And I know I keep talking about the dollar traders, but the dollar is very important in your trading, and you have to know. I keep one screen on one of my laptops. It's a Toshiba notebook, really. But all I have on there is the dollar index. And that's the only chart that's on there. That's what I use it for. It's a dollar index. And I just keep that on all day long off my desk to the right. So, I can look over real quick and see where the dollar's at and what it's doing. Is it strong or is it weak? And it's just good to know that. Take a look at the Euro Aussie. This pair was just going to drive you crazy, isn't it? I decided to take this up move yesterday. And we talked about this. Remember, we were looking to short this yesterday. If I'm not mistaken, we were at resistance, and I said, "Be careful. This can do exactly the opposite of what we want it to do, and just continue to head upwards." Well, if you take a look, it came down yesterday and turned around, and thank you very much. Up she went, and yeehaw! Here we are at resistance. So I just want to sell this, right? If you look at a daily chart, it's bearish. It's a nasty bearish, but it's still bearish. And, it's in this nasty range, but it's at support, folks. It hasn't taken out any significant highs or lows. So, we just need to stay with the program. And, there's a nice red candle there, and sell it. Sell the Euro Aussie. You're going to get this red candle because Aussie had good data come out, and I'm sure that candle has expanded. I took this slide probably about 30 minutes ago before I actually started recording. So take a look at the Euro Yen. The Euro Yen did absolutely nothing for 24 hours. And I don't know how this candle ended up closing up. I'm hoping it closed below the daily pivot point. And then I want to sell this at 134.66. We'll get out at the reversal S2 pivot point at 133.85. That's a standard reversal pivot. I'm not infatuated with pivot points and Fibonacci levels. The only reason I respect them and I look at them is because, unfortunately, me and you are not the only ones looking at this stuff. there are a gazillion traders out there that are seeing the same stuff that we're looking at, and they're doing the same stuff we're doing, and that's good. We all want to be on the same, going up the river all at the same time. We don't want to be fighting. We don't want to be fighting the river, right? So we remain bearish on this, and we're at resistance, and we're in a good spot to take this to the downside. Let's take a look at our last pair. This is a New Zealand dollar. You can see the big red candle there. That was their interest rate decision there, and that was the data that came out today. This was really, really, really an easy trade to set up that you could have set up before you went to sleep. In my case, I just would have drawn a trend line there. I would have placed a pending order below the daily pivot. Now that daily pivot wasn't at that spot because my charts changed, but I would have put that trend line there, right below that trend line. I would have put an entry order, and I probably would have taken a take profit somewhere where the 200 exponential moving averages are just below it. Because remember that yesterday that wasn't there. So, and this was an easy trade you could have did in your sleep. You could have made money while you were sleeping, and I missed this opportunity. It won't happen twice. This was an easy money grabber for traders that were alert to this. So what do we want today? We want this to pull back to 38.2 at 63.14. We'll take it back down to 62.62 for profit. Do I think it's going to pull all the way back up there? I don't see why not. New Zealand dollar is good about that, and it's very correlated with the dollar. And if the dollar gets weak, this thing will pop back up. So we'll at least get to the S2 pivot. But we'll get definitely in the area where we want to get to take this short. Don't want to take it short here. Right at support. If you look left of the chart, you can see this price action. So we don't want to be in that mess. Well, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs traders. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me on this Thursday, September 10th, 2015. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart, not hard. Traders, until next time, which will be the next Asia session tomorrow, we'll see you then. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.